I prithee, lend thy ear, gentle soul, and tarry not in haste, for what I spill is no idle fable nor merry song, but the marrow of my being, pressed forth as wine from a bruised grape. Once, lo, once was I a king. Yea, the very crown of our realm did shine upon my brow, and men bent knee as though the earth itself were my footstool. They named me just, they named me strong, and in their cheers, I thought myself eternal. The throne seemed a mountain unmoved, the scepter a rod of God. But all glory, mark me well, is but a shadow that lengthens at dusk. It came upon me not as thunder, but as whisper. Betrayal doth never wear iron boots. It glideth silent, soft as a moth's wing, till suddenly the tapestry of trust lies riddled with holes. My dearest friend, my counselor sworn by oath and by wine, he whom I did raise from the mire unto princely place, he did sell me, not by sword's clash, nay, but by serpent's tongue. I see his face still when I close mine eyes, his smile, warm as sun in the great hall, yet within it coiled a frost I never marked. Oft would he say, "Rest thee, my liege, trust thee in me. I shall guard thy realm whilst thou dreamest." And I, blind, did lean upon him as a crutch of oak, yet found it hollow, rotten, gnawed by worms unseen. Lo, on a night of revel, when wine did run and torches blazed, he struck, not with dagger, but with whisper. "The king is weak," quoth he unto my lords. "The king is blind with love, enfeebled by dalliance." And what proof? Ah, proof most damning, though cruelly twisted. For there was she, my queen. O thou fair flame, thou art both balm and bane. Her smile was music, her eyes two lamps in a darkling sea. I loved her beyond reason, beyond crown, beyond law itself. Yet rumor, like viper, did say she cast her glance upon another, yea, upon the very traitor I cherished as brother. Whether true or false I know not, for truth in courts is but a pawn, played by liars with steady hands. Yet the whisper flew swifter than falcon, and by dawn my counsel had turned. They came upon me sudden as wolves upon a stag. No battle, no trumpet, only cold decree. The king is unfit, the realm bleeds, and another shall bear the crown. Thus was I unkinged, stripped as one might strip bark from tree, till I stood naked of power, raw with shame. I wandered then, not slain for they feared martyrdom, better a ghost than a god. So I roamed the wild fields, a crownless head beneath heaven's scornful eye. The nights grew strange, I tell thee. In my fall the world itself did change its face. The wind spake, I heard it clear, though no man was near. Betrayed, betrayed, it moaned, rattling the shutters of ruined inns, where I laid my weary bones. Ravens stalked me, perching ever close, their black eyes like jewels of damnation. Once I woke to find one upon my breast, its beak poised at my throat as though to drink the last of my royal breath. I struck it off, yet when morn came, lo, a crimson feather lay upon my pillow, though the bird was gone. Am I mad? Perchance. For what is madness but grief in chains? Yet I swear to thee, gentle friend unseen, the world itself doth mock me. At wells I see faces staring up from water, pale and crownless. In alleys I hear laughter, yet when I turn, naught but shadow greets me. And in dreams, oh, in dreams, she comes, my queen, clad in white, yet her gown is soaked with red, as though her very heart did bleed endless. She saith naught, only gazes with eyes that ask, "Why didst thou fail me?" I wake drenched, trembling, the taste of iron on my tongue, as though her death were writ already, though she yet liveth in the tyrant's hall. For mark me, my betrayer sitteth now upon my throne. Crowned by deceit, he doth rule with iron rod, grinding the poor as millstone grinds the grain. The realm groaneth, yet cheers are forced from lips afraid. He calls himself king, yet to me he is but shadow-crowned, a thief enthroned. Still, who am I? A beggar cloaked in memory. Once king, now naught. Yet within me burns an ember, small, aye, but fierce. I shall not lie. Oft do I think to end this wandering, to slip into river's cold arms and let fate wash me clean. Yet still I walk, still I breathe, still I speak to thee, though thou art but shade listening in the dark. Mayhap some spark remains, mayhap the stars, though cruel, have not writ my end entire. Yet I fear, yea, I fear, what price such hope shall demand. For all gifts of fate are bartered dear, the days lengthened into months, yet I mark them not by sun nor moon, but by the hollow ache within my breast. Time, once my servant, became a cruel jailer, each hour a chain about my limbs. I dwelt in hovels, in barns where oxen stirred, in forests where owls mocked me with mournful cries. Once I was clothed in silk, now I wore the stench of dust and exile. Yet still, the people knew me. I remember well a village fair, where laughter and pipe music did stitch the air. I crept near, hooded, naught but a beggar to their eyes. Yet a child, no more than 6 winters, stared upon me. She tugged her mother's sleeve, whispering, "Is that not the king?" The mother, pale, struck her daughter's cheek, saying, "Hush, speak not folly. The king is dead. Thus am I slain, yet walk. I, who once bestrode the realm like a colossus, am now but a phantom in men's speech. Some say I fled with coward's heart, others that demons seized me. I hear my name upon the wind, yet never with honor. And yet here lies the cruel jest. I feel eyes upon me ever. Not only peasants, not only chance travelers, but others, unseen, lurking. At night, footsteps follow mine own, though when I turn, lo, the path lies barren. Once in a ruined chapel, I found a mark upon the altar, a crown carved in fresh blood. No hand did I spy, yet the stain glistened red, wet as new spilled. I fled that place. But worst of all are the dreams. Each night I wander the corridors of my old palace. The torches burn, not gold, but sickly green, casting shadows long as spears. I hear voices in chambers closed, feasting, revels, laughter. But when I open the door, I behold only bones seated at the table, goblets filled with black water. And there, upon the throne, sitteth my betrayer, his face veiled in smoke. At his side my queen, ah, my beloved, yet she turneth not her gaze to me. She leaneth close to him, whispering, though I hear naught. When at last her eyes do meet mine, they are hollow, like wells without water. I wake screaming, and the nightbirds scatter. Is this fate's sport? Am I cursed to haunt the world whilst my betrayer reigns? Or hath heaven itself marked me unworthy, and sent visions to flay me alive ere death? Yet in my darkest thought, another image returns, unbidden. Her hand, warm in mine, before all fell to ruin. Her lips, trembling as she vowed, ever thine, though the world sunder. Yea, I know not whether her heart strayed or stood steadfast. But I know this, her touch was truth. That memory, fragile as glass, doth pierce the fog and bid me breathe again. Thus I linger. Oft I tell myself, one day I shall stride back into the hall, cast aside this ragged cloak, and demand the scepter. But then comes the whisper, "Nay, thou art broken. The realm is lost. The stars themselves decree it." And yet, sometimes at dusk, I see a flame upon the horizon, a light that doth not belong to sun nor hearth. It flares, then vanishes. I know not what it be, but my heart beats as though called by omen. Last eve, as I wandered by the riverbank, I heard a voice behind me. "My king," it said, clear as bell, low as grave. I turned, but no man stood. Only the water stirred, and upon its skin drifted a crown of reeds, woven by no mortal hand. I reached for it, but lo, it sank before my grasp. I tell thee, friend unseen, fate weaveth yet. A net unseen but strong as iron draweth me to some end. Whether it be triumph or doom I cannot say. But mark this well, I was king once, and perchance I shall be king again. The eve was cold and I had no fire. I lay beneath a crumbled arch where ivy clung like withered fingers and the stones dripped with night's dew. Hunger gnawed my belly, yet it was not hunger that kept me wakeful. It was the silence. Silence, mark me, is never empty. It hath weight, shape, a breath of its own. That night it pressed upon me as a shroud, and within it I heard, faint at first, then nearer, the tread of feet. Slow, deliberate, not beast, not bird, but man. I rose, heart hammering, hand clutching naught but a broken staff I had carried since my banishment. "Who goes?" quoth I. My voice, thin as reed, mocked me in the hollow arch. No answer, only the steps, nearer. Then out of shadow there emerged a figure, cloaked in black, hood drawn low. His face I saw not, but his hands. Aye, his hands were pale, long-fingered, too still. He halted but a pace away and spake in voice like rust on steel. "Dost thou still call thyself king?" My tongue clove to my throat. I knew not whether to kneel or strike, so strange was his presence. "Once," quoth I at last, "once I was, now I am nothing." The figure leaned close and I felt his breath, cold as tomb air. "Nay," said he, "thou art not nothing. Thou art seed buried, waiting for grave soil to crack. A king unkinged is not dead, only dormant." I trembled, for his words struck some secret chord within me. "And who art thou that speakest thus?" But he answered not. Instead he raised his hand, and from his sleeve slipped a dagger, narrow as serpent's fang, its blade glimmering with faint light, though no moon shone. He pressed it into my palm. "This was thine," he whispered. I swore I had never seen it, yet when I touched the hilt, a flood of memory, or madness, swept me. I beheld visions, my hall ablaze with torches, my betrayer seated upon my throne, my queen weeping, and I, yea, I, rising from shadow with this very blade in hand. I staggered back, crying, "Nay, I will not slay. Blood enough hath soaked my name." The figure only laughed, soft and hollow, like wind through a crypt. "Blood is crown. Without it, no throne endureth." Then, as sudden as he came, he was gone. No footfall retreating, no cloak stirring, vanished. I searched, frantic, yet naught remained save the dagger in my hand, its steel black as midnight. I tell thee, friend unseen, my flesh chilled, yet my heart, oh, my heart burned. For though terror clutched me, yet also did hope creep back, sly and venomous. The blade seemed whispering even in silence, "Rise, rise, thou fallen king." All that night I sat, dagger across my knees, and thought upon my wrongs. The laughter of my counsel, the smile of my betrayer, the tears of my queen, all did twist within me till I knew no rest. Dawn came, pale and gray. I gazed upon the dagger once more. Upon its hilt, unseen before, was carved a crown. Not of gold, but of thorns. Thus was my fate sealed. I know not if specter or angel placed it in my grasp. But I know this, the tyrant shall not sit long. The realm groaneth, the stars burn red, and I who wander as ghost, shall yet return. But mark me, gentle friend, the path to crown is never straight, but strewn with bones. And I, though king once, am not yet king again. So begins my long travail.